Hey, John here. Today I'm just filming here the Auckland War Memorial. Just a clip on the Moai statue that's inside the memorial here. And I'm just going to hold the flag up, the 1835 Declaration of Independence sovereign flag of the Moai Hapu people of New Zealand and Pacific Islands, partnership with King William IV. So I'll show you what it's like here with normal clouds and normal weather, with unpolluted skies as well as a beautiful day it's turned out to be. So I'm just going to give you a rundown on the where we are with the 61 Cook Street in Auckland property and what it means to the people of New Zealand, how they got here on this flag of King William IV through Admiralty court law. So here we go. I'll just step out in the front. And hi. And this is the flag of King William. And I'm flying it today, especially for Matt Taylor in Brighton. Hi Matt and the kids. It's Father's Day today in Auckland. And so I've gone for a long walk up the hill. It's going to take me quite a while to get here, just for a bit of exercise and get out of the office. So first of all I want to start off with just explaining the Moai statue in the War Memorial here. It was put there around about 1953. The government bought those statues here from East Island, Rapa Nui, and one here is the memorial to the flag of King William, 1835, that makes up the Admiralty commercial mortgage lien levy documents of title. So we have a king, we have a flag, and we have a memorial. That is the original Moai memorial to New Zealand and Pacific Islands. So I just want to show you the statue afterwards, and also to convey to Matt in England, London, with the statue there, the Moai statue is the memorial connecting this one to that one in England that Queen Victoria took there in 1868. So at that time the British took sovereignty over America, and from that date year of 1868. So in saying so, I'm just joining up the memorial, the earth crown on the Moai's head. They put it in Dunedin in the South Island as the crown link to the one in Britain and the one in Auckland, and there's one in Island Bay in Wellington. So those are marking the particular spots on the earth. There's one in New York, there's one in Washington DC, one in Chile, and one in Singapore, and these ones here, and one in Brussels, and one in France, and the other one in London. So there's others around in other places as well, but these are the most significant ones we link to our history here in this country. So first of all, Matt, I just let you know that Jamie and I will be coming to Westminster to link this flag back into its statute jurisdiction of Admiralty in Westminster Parliament. That's been there and it can't be changed. You'll see on our Facebook site the acts of King William IV. We're going on those acts of our Moai Crown Federal State Government here in New Zealand and the Pacific Islands, the Pacific Ring of Fire boundary area of the title of Moai. So yes, so I'm just enjoying the day here, and I'll show you the skies afterwards, and normal clouds, how they should be, and they're not altered here by other means of what the Crown is doing with the earth and the water, the food, and all of those bad things this flag will fix up. When we join up with Alex Salmond, the first Prime Minister of Scotland, this is the flag that will go up in Westminster and take our place with King William IV. So I just want to sit here and go through some of the things, the issues that I was talking about today on Facebook. We have the acts of William unchanged. We now refer to online Facebook, Twitter, and the High Court of Admiralty as our court of justice in front of everyone around the world. So Alex Salmond, the Scottish Government, created this title, his country, with this flag, and the MANUKAU land company from Glasgow brought this Admiralty jurisdiction to this country first of all in this Auckland boundary area, and landed in the MANUKAU harbour that way in the west, and set up at Puponga, MANUKAU settlement Pa, and they confiscated the MANUKAU tribal lands of the MANUKAU tribesmen. So they have title here with their memorial and KAWHARU memorial that I'll be putting back on One Tree Hill, back where it should be, and John Campbell is no longer there with this flag. When this flag goes up on Cook Street, after we go tomorrow, being today being Sunday the 7th of September 2014 for the record. So our warrant will be up tomorrow, direct to our Moai Crown Federal State Parliament Government in Westminster and New Zealand. World, 250 countries in the world, online on the website. So we are linking ourselves through this flag of free passage around the world under King William IV Admiralty court-martial jurisdiction and constitution in this flag. So the papers are in the High Court. I'll show you in a minute the documents I have that are going in for the search and seizure warrants under this flag sovereignty. The book I have in here I gave to Bailey's Real Estate here, and they are acting, all the real estate is acting under this Admiralty flag as the only one in the world that is a commercial contract mortgage lien creditors flag of a king. Okay, the King's Bench, King's Royal Revenue, and the King's High Court of Admiralty is this flag. It is everything that I'm proclaiming now today to the world, that we're about to begin our business with a clean slate. Matt, with a clean slate to you in Brighton, and the SOS party will be joining you and Alex Salmond directly after this video has gone through and the land block seized tomorrow. The result is a parliament here in Wellington. John Key's parliament is liable for the bill executive, and now that she's gone to the European Union Parliament, they'll be booked as well wherever she goes, and wherever she's taken our trust, our Queen Victoria Trust, she'll share that bill with the Crown, Church and State, Vatican, and the Rothschild banks, and the US federal state government, and the New Zealand government, and the Commonwealth countries, the 16 Commonwealth countries. This flag is a creditor. You will see the dragon, the gold trust dragon of Queen Victoria we seized. And the Bank of England, this flag represents King William III, Bank of England Act, and King William IV, the Bank of England Act, and taken around the world on this flag only. So I just want to tell you it is a creditor's flag, the Gold Trust Dragon creditor under the Moai Federal State Government and King William IV Government in Westminster. The new Westminster Government, up and coming now when everything's sorted out with the Lords and the new elected government. We envisage Scotland as being the most popular at the moment with his yes vote. So we are in with his yes vote with Matt Taylor and other supporters, with the William Patterson Bank. That's the William Patterson Bank Act of the Bank of England. So we are linking that back to this flag. Okay, Matt, and all the hapu, iwi people here in this country, you have a choice of going to stay with the Queen and John Key's government in Wellington, the New South Wales government of Australia that has usurped this flag. So the hapu has a chance of joining us straight to King William, or staying with the Queen, with the debtors. This is a creditor, the Queen and John Key, the debtors. They keep of 97 billion New Zealand dollars debtors against the levy creditor, King William IV and Moai, Crown State. So we have the memorials of Moai, you'll see in a moment, versus the Queen's head on their documents, the Government of New Zealand's documents, the Federal States documents, and also the Commonwealth countries' documents. I've got the Queen's head is now a debtor today, as from now, when we seize the first of the Queen Elizabeth's properties, the 66 million acres returns to the King of England. Okay, so I'm here as the King's administrator and creditor in his place, speaking as the King of England until they succeed to another king, and that could be Matt Taylor, HRH, Geoffrey Foley, Prince Regent, and Lord High Constable and Magistrate of Lord Hayden Castle in Wales. So we have Wales, Scotland and England back together as it was, with King William back in order. The King's Bench orders I give today on this land. The flag of jurisdiction of Admiralty and civil and maritime laws and common laws under this flag of King William. Sunday today, so SYMONDS, I want to talk a little about SYMONDS. William Cornwallis Simons bought this flag of jurisdiction, and the first in 1840 shipment of mortgage lien titles to Puponga in the Kaipara Harbour. When they got here, they landed on the MANUKAU land, and that's the land that where 61 Cook Street is the MANUKAU land that I'm claiming back. The Lien's Land Information New Zealand failed to put it on their documents of title when I asked them to. They failed to register our interests of this flag and the MANUKAU, the KAWHARU, the Wanoa, the Moai, and the MANUKAU PARAPARA surnames, titles and memorials. So we have our memorial on One Tree Hill. The plaque is still up there, the KAWHARU plaque. I have in my possession a new one until the old one, somebody has got it in Auckland. I'm thinking it's the crown or the iwi of Ngāti Whātua Ōrake. Pulled it off the plaque on One Tree Hill. We turned on that plaque, and this flag will be raised up there and raised here on Cook Street to claim back King William, King's Bench orders of courts that we now administer our own laws. So I just want to show you property people who are on the property, the deck collectors, Alert Investigations, he's a UK detective, and so he has his own private investigations company who have these documents and served them landowners there, and they should have been vacated the property by now. If they haven't, they will be issued these exhibits here, you see, and I'll put them online again. They are online, and they are addressed to the High Court of Admiralty in London. So that's the High Court of Admiralty in London. Okay, Judge David Lindsay Mackey for Doug Rickard Bell. Okay, so that's just to show you we do have a court hearing online on Facebook, and the property manual lodge claims, manual dealing lodgement form here for that property in September of 2009. So I'm dealing with this as a land transaction mortgage flag for these documents of international law. Okay, this is an arrest warrant for the man Doug Rickard Bell for the crimes he has committed, and as you can see here, we have the Prime Minister of New Zealand and the Governor General here with a warrant right here on Facebook. So it shows you the extent of this government is acting illegally without a constitution. This is a constitutional flag of 1835, and they have no sovereignty now that the Queen is gone. She's convicted. She's a default convicted criminal felon in the World Court, and we have her here on this document here, just to the left. That's the Queen of England. She has a warrant from us. I'm a monarch. Under this flag, I'm a monarch of Moai, standing in London, the memorial with that title, and the Moai statue here with that title, to the Earth's planet. Okay, so you have the Queen, John Key, Sean Elias, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of New Zealand, on notice today from the War Memorial here, where our memorial is to the Moai statue. And we have the whole Parliament there. You can see the Parliament in the box. So just to let you know that we have a Moai Parliament acting online, direct by digital, to the High Court of Admiralty in London as being admissible in the High Court whenever we need them. We can phone call there and they action it, what we have. So be careful, people here, dealing with these documents, because they are sealed with this flag and the black seal of the military, which is on this flag up here. The black seal on the cross. You can see the black seal on the cross. You see that black seal around the red cross? That's the military of the British Navy, Army and Air Force here on this land. So we have the seal of King William on his horse and his ship. And our Moai seal standing in London. That is a title to the Earth planet. And they knew that, why they picked it up in 1868 and took it to London. Queen Victoria did that. And so she assumed our God's grace, face of spirit, authority, to act under God's law, L-O-R-E, which belongs to us. I'm claiming that back to my Wanoa family, royal family. Wa, the beginning of time and space, Noah, N-O-A, law of God, creation. And the centre of a marae, where the stones are, is the meeting place of the hapu, or the families of that spirit tohunga, spirit man, in Raiatea Island, Raiatea Mountain, connecting us here through the Moai statues that are standing in those places I just named as our authority in those countries with this creditor's flag of jurisdiction of God, Moai's God jurisdiction of truth, sovereign law, as being the other sovereignty to King William's sovereignty, to our own sovereignty. So King William took us around the world with this flag and his protectorate for our business. So we have his military obliged to act for us in times of war and in times of business communications, banking and finance, and also recovery of prize and possessions through the Admiralty. We are the court, and this is the document that I gave to David and John Bailey, real estate, on the 10th of December 2008 to you two owners on 61 Cook Street, that they were issued this notice of lapse of caveat of claim, section 145 Land Transfer Act 1952. So it has all the titles of everyone that was there, the investors who put 300 million into the property and lost it through the fraud transactions of this government. And those people, I've named one of them being the Attorney General and the Land Information boss, and also the Land Register General the Land Surveyor Register General, and also the lawyers, Wanoa lawyers and McDonald's lawyers. So they list with their names, their photos, and also the trespass notice that they've ignored. So we're going to apply the trespass notice here to that property. It's already got one on it, so we'll continue with the property seizure tomorrow. And I must say, with that land, the offence was the little road running through the middle of it that had a old title on it, and the Surveyor Register General from Australia, New South Wales government, that's the government in Wellington, was rehired from out of retirement, Don Grant, and he came here and he changed an old redundant title back to life and forged the signature of Sutherland. That's the receipt. Okay, this is the offence here for that property, why they've ignored it. And also that's the road there of 61 Cook Street. Okay, so I'm just expressing what has happened with that land. It will affect all land in the Commonwealth under the Queen, now that she's gone. She's no longer the Queen of anything but the New World Order. So the New World Order will get a bill from this flag to what she has taken from our trust. The gold, the 750,000 metric tonnes of gold, counted to be over 1 million tonnes of gold, 970 billion trillion pound notes in gold bullion is what we're putting up against this credit flag, against her debt and the Crown, Church and State. This is Mohi MANUKAU, pointing to the plaque on One Tree Hill that we're linking here now to this flag, to that memorial of Moai statue standing here as the title to this whole country, and the one sitting in Wellington on the beach for the foreshore and seabed. Helen Clark put that on there. So I'm just telling you how the government managed to own the land that they don't own, and so we are going to seize it back this way, the proper way, through the same laws of Britain, that we are still British citizens as Moai Indigenous land. So that's that part done. And I just want to show you the other documents. These are the other documents that we'll be issuing to the police. Have already got it, the CIB, the FBI, and the Serious Fraud Office in London and New Zealand. And Anne Tolley has got these documents already, and there's nothing they can do. They're actually quite helpless to do anything about them. So this is the citation document that we'll be taking on the property tomorrow, and these are the notary public documents that'll fix the titles to this country and the Pacific Islands and the whole Commonwealth to this flag, and the rest of the flag over the American federal state government. So these are the sealed documents of notary public that we'll be issuing tomorrow, and that's that part. So I'll just go through the last bit. I'll just leave the flag there a bit. I don't blow these away. And these are the titles to the whole planet. Those are the titles that line up the sun on East Island, New Zealand on the East Cape, the closest to the sun, and also London and the Kingdom of Ghana. So those are the points that I'm showing you on Facebook, and all the rest of these documents that have gone into the High Court of Admiralty under this flag in Westminster and the Rolls building in London. So they are all on Facebook. You can see them there, but I just wanted to show you just the first page. So that's what it looks like with King William's Admiralty Crown and Anchor flag and his seal and his memorial. So we link ourselves to him and this flag. And I better not pull any more out because they'll fly all over the place. And that's the High Court of Admiralty claim form on that property, 61 Cook Street, straight there. So we can contact them by email. They got our email straight away, acknowledged the last one, last week, of this complaint again, the second complaint from the first one on the 10th of in September 2008 when we lodged the claim over there. So that's enough of that. We're going under we're investigating the Native Titles Act 93 in Australia. Right? They're using our Te Ture Whenua 1993 Native Land Act, which is an offence. That's another offence with the New South Wales government here, acting in their courts. Their courts of federal state are in Australia, not here. You see, so they're acting pseudo courts here, with no jurisdiction whatsoever here to act against us in this high level court case. So now we can tell you that they have committed crime with that and the Land Titles and Traditional Usage Act 1993. There's only one act with 1993 anywhere in the world, and that's the Te Ture Whenua 1993 Land Act contract with Westminster Parliament and the Prince Regents, the Regents. Okay, so I'm going as the Regent of that. So they're in trouble with that as well. So better not take any more out because they might fly around. And we have our lawyer here, our international lawyers, Notary Public QC, Yu Tai Cho of Auckland, and he's signed these documents. These are all the documents I'm showing you that amounts to one case on that 61 Cook Street. So you have to go through all of this if you think you can win a case. You have to go through all of this and this flag on top of it, and you're going to have to deal with the Scottish government and Alex Salmon because he owns the titles to the country. Okay, he's put those titles and the mortgage titles together with William Cornwallis Simons, that the government over here having them up for killing them and murdering them. So that's a pattern of offending that the Queen has been doing with the Vatican, killing people. It's going to stop soon when we take them out with this debt flag, credit flag against the debtors. So this is the document of the mandate for that title with Moai MANUKAU. Signed the documents as the chiefs here up at Waitangi signed this document. Okay? So you can't get out of this MANUKAU title. It's locked. It's locked, and so far no one has proven or no one has refuted any of these titles. So the land titles are fixed in law. This is the title here for 61 Cook Street in this big book. So I went through a lot of trouble at that time to make sure while he was alive to fix it before MANUKAU went. So we have the MANUKAU signing these documents for that title on that land block as the original owners that the British came here to put their titles on, and the government in Wellington altered them, and they're going to have to pay for that. They're going to have to pay for their mistakes. So that's all I want to say with that. I've been through all of that so far. So all I wanted to say now is to show you the Moai statue inside the building here. I just want to check that I haven't forgotten anything in this whole video clip today. So Matt, I'm glad I'm here today and took the time to come up here fresh to you and to tell you just where we are with titles between this country and the other countries where those Moai statues are standing. They are memorial titles where they stand, and because the Crown and those countries stole them, we had them up for stealing it against the creditor, the levy debtors of these flags. So where they stand is the title to the mortgage documents of Lien to borrow money at the Bank of England and any other bank that's using these jurisdiction of courts. So the courts here in New Zealand are now subject to this flag because their flag, the Union Jack flag, it won't be there long because it's got no power of this commercial contract Lien bank, trading bank flag of free passage through the world for commerce and also for state-to-state manifestation of cargo and means of security of investment interests in land that the Queen says she owns. This flag, everything returns to the King. The King is the King of England now, live in me, because the Queen has vacated Westminster Parliament and gone out with her head into the European Union Parliament and the New World Order with the Vatican and the Rothschild banks. So the Rothschilds will get a bill. Everyone will get a bill on this flag from now on. So that's all I wanted to say. Really, I think I haven't missed anything. If I have, I will fill it in. But this is a historic video in this time on this planet and in this country to other Commonwealth states, to the Hapu in New Zealand. I express my sincere gratitude and my sovereignty to this flag and to our own sovereignty. We have our own sovereignty. This is King William's sovereignty here in partnership with these stars, this star. There are 8 points on the star. One of the points is Queen Victoria and her immigrants here, and we make do with the ones in England as well, and the other 7 is the whole Pacific Islands. So all those people in the Pacific who want to stay with the Queen, stay with the Queen, because before long you won't be going with this because you're debted, you'll be holding the debts inside the Queen's flag, right? And her monarchy, sovereignty. Okay, so there we go, Matt. That's the flag in all its glory. There with you. And you can notice the black seal here. Just explain the flag, the black seal here. That's the military protectorate of King William for our commerce, business, in the countries we deal with. We're going into 250 countries with this flag and the flag of Scotland, Wales and England, and the Moai flag. We're going with that as well, and as well as the British flag. So we have 4 flags flying on our ships, and on our aircraft, and on our submarines, and on our projects. So this flag will be flying on Cook Street, high. The highest, higher than the bridge, the flag's on the bridge. And there's nothing anyone can do legally against the King. The King shall prevail today onwards. Thank you very much. I'll just show you the day, and I want to show you the sky. There's the sky. Look, that's our skies. Right, now we go around that way. See how blue it is? It's been very good today. Right, now you can see some normal clouds in the distance up there. You can see those clouds. You see, they're normal. They're not chemtrails, artificial clouds of the crown making all the mess in the skies. So those how clouds should look. There you can see. That's the sky tower there, where I live, straight in line there. And so we've got wait for the bus to go past. Tourists, welcome to New Zealand. So we go around there and we go across the other side. Now I'm just doing a 360 here of just what this day looks like. So I'm going right around. That's the south that way. So south, around those other clouds, look. That's the War Memorial. So we'll go in there and have a look at Moai now. So I just wanted to have one more shot. And Matt, thank you very much. We'll catch you a little later. We're just going to do a shot on the Moai statue, and be back with you shortly. Okay, bye. John, Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand. It's been nice being here and spending a day with our ancestors up in the skies there. There's a couple of them you can see in the distance there. See, just above the cloud. Can you see them? That's them, right there. Okay. Another couple over there. Those are our ancestors there. There. You see them? Okay. Alright. Thank you very much. Bye for now.